now I'm gonna go to YouTube. I am not set up for the stream at all, am I? NFL draft. Day 2, we're watching with Bengal. NFL on ESPN, yeah, that's what I know.
Pete Coyard's official ambassador has opened a new world for me. Now we get to hang out with NFL fans all season long. See you on game day.
He is a ball hawk that knows how to take the ball and get it to the opposite end zone. He's been a fun player to watch over the last few years. My question for you guys too is just like, didn't see a lot of South Carolina, but I feel like this guy will have a
desktop audio.
being a pretty consistent like nickel or dime blitzer.
Get that real quick.
Let me say this. We also got to point out that his head coach, Mike McDonald, had Kyle Hamilton with the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
So that's why
That's the name,
I'm not
yeah.
surprised by this pick by the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, you have a player like this, right? You bring up blitzing. It gives you the ability to put him on one side of the offense, wherever the tight end is, say, cover the tight end man to man. Blitzing him off the edge, you got to deal with that. I can drop to the deep middle, right? Montgomery has that level of speed and range to be that sort of player. We talk about spot. Yeah, we talk about versatility a lot. Usually you can do one or two things. And Montgomery lets you do everything, right? He doesn't tip any
Alright, so I am a little bit late, I'm not gonna lie.
You're away.
I was
right?
at the
And
gym.
Here at 35 and not going 14 where Kyle Hamilton did. But again, if you squint, you can see it.
Let me add this on even the word real quick. We talked to Clayton White. We had South Carolina early in the season last year.
Jaden Higgins
We kinda
went
said,
over
what was
Luther
your
Burden.
off-season goal, the off-season emphasis that you had? He said, we went and watched every NFL unblocked sack from the previous
Royal to
season. Every
Seattle.
team. And we wanted to
Quinshon
add some of those
Judkins
pressures. And this is going to be
to
a
the
recurring
Browns.
theme.
Oh,
with players
okay,
from this
Quinshon
team.
Judkins to the
We have a
Browns.
linebacker and a couple interior defensive linemen. They're gonna
I
be
feel
out
like
for the
that's
next
good.
round or two from last
I feel like it's a pretty good spot for him. The Browns, obviously not that good. Low-key expected them to take a quarterback here with their second pick, but, it's whatever. They can probably get Milroe later on anyway, because they don't want Shador for some reason, even though he's QB2. Speaking of QB2, why was Jackson Dart drafted as QB2? He's at the very best QB7, and I will die on that hill. So watch this. Cam Ward, number 1. Shador Sanders, number 2. Jalen Milroe, number 3. Number 4, Tyler Show from Louisville. Number 5 is, what's-his-face, Kyle McCord from Syracuse. Number 6 is Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. And you can also argue Will Howard over him, the Indiana quarterback. I forget his name over him. You can argue a lot of guys over Dart because Dart just isn't that good. Hell, I would draft freaking Will Levis over Jackson Dart. Will Levis would easily be QB2 in this draft class. If you put Jackson Dart in Will Levis's class, Jackson Dart's like QB 15. Judkin 4'4", 840. Pretty good for a running back. So the Raiders on the clock. They picked Ashton Genty last night. Maybe I do want this one. Not sure. So they brought in a lot of new players, including Alex Capa, worst offensive lineman. And I'm actually going to play some CFB 25 while I'm doing this. I'm going to turn the audio back on.
What he's turned into today, I absolutely love what
I also like that Carson Swagseeger pick. He's one of the best linebackers in this class. I'm actually going to mute it again. Now that reminds me. I'm going to go over the other ones real quick. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver to Houston. I don't think they necessarily needed a wide receiver here, but they didn't really have many big needs, so it's a fine pick. I'd much rather than take O-line if I was in their shoes. But I'd rather the Titans be able to get to the quarterback. Nick Emmanuel to the Seahawks. There's a lot of great talent in this draft class that slipped to the second round because there's just a lot of talent, like I said. I really like this pick for them, although I would much rather had the Titans pick the guy here. Quinshon Judkins just said I do like that one. And the Dolphins have traded up with the Raiders. Hi, Bolt. I got that early, so I probably want to watch this. Las Vegas trades to Miami. What will Miami do? Probably take Will Johnson. We got a little cat appearance. Hi, Bolt. Yeah, you want down, don't you? Yeah. So we are going to go ahead
Because what we
and
force the defense to do.
Yep.
It's
Hey,
not
we're
just
going
being
chill.
a hammer, it's not just running hard. It's not just the
I'm gonna play
physicality,
college
it's the
football
speed
25.
and the elusiveness in the open
where should I
field.
play the show?
We use this term vision with running backs a little bit too often, and sometimes we don't fully appreciate it. He's got that vision. He understands
No
how
playoff
the play is
wins
supposed
since
to happen.
2000.
Consistently, yeah, makes the right decision. You go and you watch Ohio State, third down. He has 3 times as many carries as
They
Travion Henderson.
they have to go O line
He has
here.
2 times as many carries as Travion Henderson does. Backed up, right? So now if we get a
They
TFL
went
safety,
O-line- they went D-line
Now,
with
Travion
last
got a lot of good
pick.
traits, but when we needed the play to go right, there were no mistakes here.
Tyler Show
Show
is QB3.
Jobbins, Chuba Hubbard-like player in the NFL,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
Is you're at
fine.
the
Just
third level,
Jackson
right?
Dart's
Safety
lower
might
than
get
all
to the
those
sideline, but
guys.
listen, he's going to get to the third level a dang lot of times, right? You're going to be a big
He's going to make that safety
Yeah.
pay when he does.
See, who did the Dolphins pick last night? They
picked
picked Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman. They have so many pressing needs, but I think this trade up was to get Will Johnson.
Fall for Quinton Judkins would be unjust because he's such a smart player.
As the
Very glad.
Pats,
Mad Win Giants a little bit earlier.
We'll probably take Luther Burden
My father
here.
grew up in Pittsburgh. My family moved from Croatia to Pittsburgh.
All right, let's see, Miami.
Lifetime Steelers fan. I'm pretty pissed off what the Browns are doing this draft.
Yeah, it looks
They
phenomenal.
are having a phenomenal
And it's
draft
good
thus
too.
far.
You protect the older quarterback in Joe Flacco.
Absolutely.
Rely on that run game.
The word that we're looking for right there is trust. And everything that you just said rolls into trust. You have to have a back that you can trust when the game is on the line. Those must-have moments. And that's not always a 4th and 1 to secure the ball game late or to score a touchdown
Jonah,
late. Like they
not
said,
pronouncing
coming
his
out,
name,
when
guard
maybe you
from
have a 3-point
Arizona.
lead, 4.5 minutes to go, and you can't afford
They
to get
definitely
off-
needed
you can't
that,
afford to give somebody the
but
football
that's
at 50
still
seconds
not
to
good.
hot. Quinton is that guy that you trust in your offense.
It's still not all that good. They need a corner more, but you know, a 0 sacks allowed in 472. That's pretty good. So that's the trade right there. 48, 98, and 135 to trade up to 37, and they also grab 143 in the process. So they
And that's what's great for them. And they also match, I think, the city. This is
So
something you have
that's-
to keep in mind, right, when you're looking at these football players. They have an attitude, they have an edge. They match Cleveland Brown and that doghouse, dog pound mentality, and that's a key thing for this franchise.
Yeah, Carson Schlesinger, man, I'll tell you. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa came out of Notre Dame, so we want this speedy little backer safety hybrid type, and he was good for them, but he's dealt with a lot of injuries. Carson Schlesinger, you get a guy who's even, I think, further along than JOK was when he came out. Schlesinger, and only 10 starts in his career because he was a safety walk-on convert to linebacker. You tell me this guy only has 10 starts? He's an unbelievably smart player. He's great in the passing game, all 3 downs. They're concerned about that linebacker future because of JOK's neck injury. It might be a career ender. This I think is a clear sign that we're going to invest in that.
all right.
Is there
Still
a little
fighting with
gray
people
area?
'cause they think
Is there a
Jackson
little
Dart
bit
is
of
that
concern
guy.
He acted maybe a little bit too much as a kamikaze pilot and just kind of see ball, get ball, just see go. Here's the A gap. Go get it. Go make something happen.
I don't agree with what the Dolphins are doing. I think if they want to take O-line, last night would have been better. And then they take a corner here, but
Schlesinger's not a big guy.
whatever.
He's
I'm not much of a Dolphins fan.
Long, right? He came in the combine at 242. About 7 pounds of that was water. Right? He's not playing at that sort of a size. So when he makes those fast decisions and he makes those aggressive
So the
reads, he has to be a player.
Patriots,
He's
they
a
went
better
O-line
cover
last
than
night
the
with
pattern I weigh.
Will Campbell, I think. Yeah, Will Campbell from LSU.
Concerned when you play a team like the Baltimore Ravens. When they put those big
I think they go with Mike Green or Luther Burden here. I think it's new Luther Burden.
Well, nobody's taking on 22 when you have.
That's why we got Mason Graham, and that's why we got Myles Garrett. You know, so now our boy can be that
And listen,
kamikaze that
yeah,
plays over the
it's
top.
not going to be the prettiest play, right, on
Yeah.
that 1st and 10 carry to Derrick Henry, but it's the 3rd and 8 scramble. Lamar Jackson, when he gets outside of the pocket,
That's right.
Schlesinger
He can go
hawks
get
him into the sideline. Maybe not get him down in space, but gets him up against the sideline. That's
about to
the
say,
value.
pipe down.
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
yeah.
That's where, like, you know, we see
But I get
like
where you're going.
we see Payne Willis right out of North Carolina State a year ago, right, and he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he kind of has that same type of role as far as his athleticism and his speed, right? But I actually think Carson is a better run defender right now, right, more so than Payne. So I think that's a great add to them
Morgan's
because
more
they
wide receiver
are
left.
worried
Yeah,
about
that's
that
pretty
team in their
true.
division, right, being physical that way. So he's
Kyle
got a physical
Williams,
piece
so
as
we're
far as
forgetting about
being
Trey Harris here?
a weapon for them in pass,
Okay.
but also being a really good, easy diagnoser in the run game and being instinctual as a
I
middle
would
linebacker.
say the good news about it is he doesn't shy away from it.
Right.
Even if he's going to get pushed a little bit because he's a lighter football player,
Yeah.
he's not backing off from contact.
Agreed,
And
yeah.
let's kind of put the pieces together here. So you go get Mason Graham early, who can anchor if he wants to. You want him to 2-gap? You want him to take on a double team? No problem. He'll do it. But you know what else he can do that a lot of guys his size can't do? He can penetrate and disrupt. You want to put him on the move? He can get past the guard, he can get past the center, shoot the A gap, shoot the B gap, and he can be gone in an instant. Now you have two of those guys. If you want to get aggressive and you want to switch, you want to run some different games and stuff up front, you have guys who are capable of doing that, and then sitting back and being physical and maybe diagnose a little bit.
You think Jim Schwartz wants to get aggressive on defense? You think that's
That's right. Sounds like my boy
What you
Jimmy.
just mentioned is the difference between him and Peyton Wilson last year. Because Peyton Wilson was a guy that, on tape, you seen him try to dodge a lot of blocks. And shy amongst that contact.
He'll run right down the middle of a guy. He might not get off of him, but he will run down the middle of him. And we're going to have another one next year. Whit Weeks from LSU. He's going to be the exact same guy. But if as long as you're okay with the contact, and I ask you to do those things, we can live with some of the mistakes because the disruption that comes with it is going to pay off in the end.
Now, let's talk about just what just happened here. The Patriots are on the clock here. They got another 30 seconds. They'll probably take longer than that. But the team before them, the Miami Dolphins, traded up for Jonah Savanaya. Guard from Arizona.
Patriots haven't made the
Aggressive.
pick
What
yet,
does
so
this
they're
say
probably
meant to you
trading
about
right
what
now.
Miami's trying to do, perhaps to help out Tua Tagovailoa?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
pick is
Miami's
in.
guard situation is about
There's
as
that
bad
for the
as you see
Pats.
in the league, right? Left guard Liam Eichenberg has been there for a long time. Just struggled to find his foot as a starter. Now right guard, they signed James Daniels. It'd be a good signing. If
I'm just chilling.
Achilles injury,
Brennan's
yeah,
not
Pittsburgh,
calling
but
me,
an
so.
Achilles injury. So both starting guard spots were a question mark. Savanaya at Arizona played. It was 16 games at right tackle, 15 games at right guard, another 9 games at left. They just had to move him around. Right? He had to solve problems for them. And he's a bigger build. He's a boxy build. You watch Savanaya. You know, I can take my 11-month-old daughter and explain to her why he's good. Look how wide this guy is on the screen.
He's a sumo wrestler
Yeah.
playing offensive line.
It's
To be literally is what he
it's
looks like.
tough to get around him. He's that big build, which they were successful with that in Robert Hunt when he was a guard there out of Louisiana Lafayette. He goes to Carolina. Robert Jones, who was their left guard previously, he just left the free agency. They
yeah,
like that
so
bigger,
much
wider
straight
build
still
because they
chilling.
do a lot of.
I'm just
stuff
gonna
pass
chill
protection.
here.
He used to
It's kind of
be
like a
wide for a second and a half, and then 2 is going to
having
get rid of the
fun.
ball. So it's a very nice fit for Savanaya. But critically, it's Miami addressing needs. Kenneth
I
Green
don't have
round
a
one. They
kicker?
keep the
What do
tackle
you
in
mean
a
I
bad
don't have a
way.
kicker?
Now guard in round 2. They're on it. They know what they need.
So,
Well,
yeah,
how does
I
him playing all over the
need-
place
I
help
need
him as a
to
player now,
call.
obviously going into the league?
First and foremost, you have to understand the position, not your position, the position of offensive line. So that gives you awareness of, okay, that corner's walked up on the outside. As a center guard, you might not always pay attention to that. As a tackle, you had to pay attention to that because you know now, depending on the alignment of the linebacker,
All
is he
right,
outside the box,
Titans,
is he
what
inside
do
the
we
box,
get?
is he
Oh,
deep,
never
is he
mind,
up?
we'll do this.
All of those things help your spatial awareness and help your awareness of what the defense may be doing, no matter what position you're at. So I love his versatility. He is a guard. He's not going to play tackle in the NFL.
Agreed.
And he is a people mover. When he gets his hands on you, you're going backwards. But he is great in space. They have nice screen games.
I don't really care about what these guys are talking about. I only have the audio on so I can hear what they pick.
You don't want to be in the way when he gets out there.
HT, what do you think about what the Dolphins have done thus far?
Well, offensive line is the most important thing when it comes to Tua Tagovailoa. Number one, offensive line.
Is the what?
Oh, most important.
Okay, good.
I thought you wanted to say Tagovailoa again. See if you had it.
When you have your franchise quarterback, and especially when you pay him, and then he has an injury history with concussions,
Yeah.
you got to protect him.
Yeah, I very much agree.
Absolutely. What do we think New England should do here? They had the fewest sacks in the NFL last year. Obviously, want to do some investment with Drake May protecting your quarterback. Obviously, they got him some weapons, obviously, this offseason as well. Sims, what would you like to see here?
Man, of course, me being a
Alright,
quarterback, I
they're
would love
not
to see
doing that, so I'm
any
just
one
gonna
of
mute them. And we are 100% my commentary. You guys love me, don't you? Alright, so while we're waiting on this, we have... So the Titans got pick 52 and pick 82 for the Seahawks. And same thing, the pick 35 and the Patriots. Yeah, that's a Mike Vrabel pick. He wants his next Derrick Henry. Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. You know, I don't hate it. But it's not what they should have done. I think Trayvon Henderson is pretty good. Let's see this. Trayvon Henderson, he's going to be good for them. I'm not quite sure if I agree with it. Much rather have him take a wide receiver because they need one, but no, that's fine. Yeah, those kids don't know ball. They're just here. They don't know. They probably don't even know the name of the guy they drafted. Probably forgot it already. Low-key probably shouldn't have streamed this. Not gonna lie. Much rather just be watching this. You know what? I'm not gonna stream. Oh, never mind. We just. Brennan, you're late to the stream.
Okay. I was on VR with my concussion, which I should not be on, but.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I understand that. So basically, the Titans traded with the Seahawks. We got pick 52 and 82, and we gave them 37, which is fine. Or not 37, not 35. Which is that means we actually have a third round pick, and we still have a second round pick. We just moved down, and they took the safety from South Carolina, Emin-Wari or whatever. Mike Green continues to fall. We're at 39 now with the Bears.
Oh.
The Bears would honestly be stupid not to take him. And the only reason he's falling is because he has some SA allegations that are 100% false, but they're allegations, so they're going to ruin him. The pick isn't. The Patriots just drafted Quinshawn Judkins with Luther Burden and Mike Green still on the board. I like the pick. I don't hate it, but it could have been better.
Luther Burden's still there?
Yeah.
What are these guys, retarded? No language, but...
Something's going on. And I forgot what it was. I think something about him being a diva, so teams are starting to pass on him for some reason.
Yeah, has Shador fallen still?
He's still free falling.
Are you serious? Wait, the Saints might take him here.
Yeah, Saints are at 40, so they're on the clock right now. They should, because Derek Carr, if he's actually having injury issues, then... I'm just playing the show right now. I've just been here. They're just trying to commentate a little bit.
Have you seen my new video? My first video, actually.
I think I took a peek at it. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but I took a peek at it.
Yeah, I got concussed in that second match. Oh dang, yeah. We just fell down to 52. Honestly, if I do love Luther Burden, dude. Luther Burden,
yeah. Honestly, this pick should either be Mike Green or Luther Burden. They took a tight end, which isn't a terrible pick, but they didn't need a tight end. Here's a selection right here. I'm watching the ESPN live stream, by the way. So,
oh yeah, I could actually. Yeah, I just got to sign into my ESPN account.
Well, I'm watching it on YouTube.
Really? It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, I'll be watching it then.
I'm watching it without audio because these guys just don't shut up. And the only reason I had the audio on was to hear when the selection thing was going through, but I'm just going to watch over. So, Bears take Luther Burden.
Oh my, dang it.
He falls to 39. I don't think we should have traded down. Even if we get that third, I would much rather us just stay there and take Mike Green, but he's still falling.
He's probably going to fall all the way down to us, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because now New Orleans is up next. They're going to they have to take Shador, or else they are going to roll a Spencer Rattler.
Who's up next? Saints? Yeah.
Saints at 40, and then the Bears at 41.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised he's fell as far as he has. I mean...
Yeah, he is the obvious QB2 here. The only argument would be Jalen Milroe, but he's just not pro-ready like Sanders is.
That is crazy, man.
Dude, I've been arguing with so many people because everyone's saying that Jackson Dart is so good. And then I have a screenshot of his game log on my phone. And it's like, you take away that Arkansas game, he had 6 touchdowns in 7 games of SEC play, and they shot right up.
So I'll say this: I believe that Luther Burden is probably the steal of the draft.
Yeah, falling this far, 100%. Ooh, little spin move they're showing on the highlight tape. In 2023, he had 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. In 2024,
Saints now on block.
he had a little bit less. The Saints, if they don't take Shador, they went O-line last night. If they don't take Shador, they probably want Mike Green. It's either Shador or Mike Green. I'm going to say it's Mike Green or someone else until he's taken.
I say Shador here.
It has to be Shador. Like, they don't have a quarterback. They have Spencer Rattler and Derek Carr, who's injured.
I'm actually gonna have 2 tabs open, one with that and one with the draft tracker on. Yeah, my bad. Luther Burden, that is definitely something.
Yeah.
Can this thing leave me alone?
I'm on the show 21 right now, just looking at my rotation. I think I had too many starting pitchers in the MLB.
Really?
Yeah, I have 7 on my MLB lineup. 8 on my MLB lineup. And then 1, 2, 3, only 3 on triple. Yeah, one of you's getting sent down. You, I don't care if you have B potential, you're still 60 overall. You're going.
I don't know. I just don't see Mike Green is. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you're 67, so you're also gonna get on AAA.
Take him. Jets won't take him. 49ers.
60, you're also gonna go down AAA. Actually.
49. But they probably won't because he has SA allegations.
Yeah.
People are acting like that's like the end of the world now.
Because it kind of is.
The
No.
pick is in. The pick is in.
Pick is in the. Oh, so you're ahead of me because it does not show.
No, the draft tracker
Oh, okay.
on my left side, and then I have the actual draft going on my.
Yeah, so. Oh, actually, I'd much rather just know it sooner. Because I can look at the highlights on the stream because I have it muted.
Could be Will Johnson.
Oh shit, my mom's calling me. I'll call you right back. Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm upstairs live streaming the NFL draft.
Okay. What do you want about dinner? You want me to pick it up or you want to go out?
Pick it up because I'm kind of probably gonna be live streaming until the draft ends tonight.
Holy cow. All right. All right, well, I'm on my way home, so tell your dad I'll just pick it up. I'm going to run by the grocery first.
All right.
All right. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you too. Bye. A little interruption from my mother there. Call Brennan right back like I told him I would. Alright.
Alright. They have not announced the pick. It is what? Tyler Show out of Louisville. Tyler Show out of Louisville over Shador Sanders. Oh my gosh.
And over Jalen Milroe.
This might just be the fall of the century.
Yeah, the fall off of the century. Yeah, I'm just not getting the selection right now. Yeah, Tyler Show from Louisville. I can't believe that.
Oh my god, I have not seen this in years.
I have
Last
9
time
relievers.
like this.
Why are you in the MLB? You're 30 and a 57. Oh, why do I have so many MLB relievers?
Oh my gosh! Last
Yeah,
time
those
I
are
saw
suck.
something
Yeah, you're
this
in
fall,
AA.
it was Matt Corral. Everyone thought Matt Corral was going to be a second pick. Ended up, second or third quarterback taken off the board. He ended up being the 6th. That's what this is. Has Jalen Milroe been picked yet?
No, he hasn't. So Show's Show is quarterback 3. Dart is quarterback 2. Show realistically is quarterback 4. Dart realistically is quarterback 7.
I do not like Dart. He's a very big project guy, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
here's the thing with the Giants. Dart had a one-read offensive system, so you got to teach him to play quarterback from the ground up. That's what people don't understand. And if you're going to do that, at least do it with Jalen Milroe, whose ceiling is a hell of a lot higher. Sure, his floor is lower, but if you're going to draft a project quarterback, might as well go with Milroe.
Wow, that is honestly here. I feel like Will Johnson.
Now, yes, Show is NFL ready, but he's old. I don't agree with this one.
Well, I mean, if I kind of agree with it because if there's a trade. There's been a trade.
Trade? Okay. Who are they trading it to?
Have traded the pick to Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
Buffalo pick.
They might be getting Mike Green.
I don't see it. I feel like because he was at like a Sun Belt conference team, that's also another reason why he's dropping.
Yeah, we did explain that in the video we did.
But still,
That actually has my highest average watch for in a long time. It has a 10-minute average watch. Sure, it's a 40-minute video, but still.
I mean, I still think that 17 sacks even in the Sun Belt is insane.
Yeah, that's still over a sack a game.
If he doesn't go here, I don't know when they're gonna take him. Look at his highlights. Highlights are up now.
Shows?
What?
Whose highlights?
Yeah, shows.
Yeah, those I already saw those.
That is insane.
They're looking at now they're reviewing film of him right now on the ESPN thing.
That's what I'm looking at. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. This Angels team is so
second round.
rough.
Fedor falling past 40. You know Dion is going to be mad.
Yeah, this has to be the fall off of the century.
Dude, the comments or the chat, I just saw someone, Sanders is going to McDonald's.
Dude, okay, actually, there was something that was posted, I don't know if it was real or not, saying that Shedeur feels so disrespected that he's not going to go to the NFL draft and is going to go straight to the UFL. Which...
Oh, the pick is in for Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, I see that. They took a really fancy corner, but it's more of a... They took Kyer Elon 2.0, a fancy project corner, instead of the NFL-ready corner, what you need to do in the first round.
Who did they pick?
Guy from Kentucky. Yeah?
Garrett,
Yeah?
answer your mother.
Fucking hell.
What?
My dad's deaf.
What does he want?
Wants me to answer my mother. Well, he can. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's look. Oh my gosh, with my third base depth in this. Why is a 53 overall third baseman in AAA? You're gonna be on AA, bud. Oh, God dang. This Angels team. I got rid of Trout and Ohtani. They're terrible.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
Yeah, no wonder you guys suck. Shortstop. I'll actually rather him be playing AAA. I want him to get a lot better. Has the Bills pick been announced?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it still says pick is in. Okay, left fielders. We do not have a lot of speed back here.
MLB The Show video.
Honestly,
Oh,
if I get the show 25, 100% I will.
they're picking now.
I hear that my dad's TV downstairs.
Dude,
I hear the TV downstairs. Center fielders, yeah, we don't got anything because Trout. Why is 64 overalls? No, go play Double A, bud. D tackle from South Carolina. That's who they picked.
Yep.
I don't know what. I like that for them. They needed a D tackle, so they got one. I have way too many players on the Double A roster. Alright, Double A. Alright, so let's just look. Double A. How many of you guys suck? Yeah, you're gonna go to Class A. Yeah, you're gonna go to Class A.
Dude, yeah, they're kind of glazing Tyler Show right now.
Well, Tyler Show's a good quarterback. It's just he's old and he's not mobile, so he's not real. I don't think he's gonna work, especially for the Saints with their O-line.
Well, I mean, he has the experience of like a 3-year vet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's a good pick for them. I like it. I like it for him. Dude, imagine if Shador slides to day 3.
That will be funny.
The Jets pick is in already. That's crazy.
That probably means it's Mike Green.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or
They're not afraid of scandals, I'll say that.
it might be Shador. I know they have Fields, but
No, because Fields would probably crash out. Fields would
probably just demand release, and if he doesn't get released, he'll just retire. He might just retire right back to the UFL.
He'll stay, but after his contract, he's gone. If they pick Shador here, he's gone. No, they could go line. They could go line again. I know they got what is his name? Mumbu.
Armand Membu, yeah.
Yeah, I know they picked Mumbu, but you can never do safe with Justin Fields. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he likes to run, so you want to keep him in pocket with his arm as long as you can. Alright, so let's see my starting pitchers again, now that I've adjusted the roster a little bit. So, let's see.
My back room shawty, she's been dancing with dudes, and I've been dancing with her. I think she's giving me clues. Wait,
My ace pitcher without Shohei is Dylan Bundy.
I remember him. Wait, is he a drafted player?
He's
Like,
28 years old, so yeah.
no, like, did you draft him?
No, he's already on the roster. All I've done is simulated past spring training and traded a ton.
I remember right, he just like kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, Andrew Heaney. I actually know who that is. Jose Quintana. Ooh, potential here. Griffin Canning.
Oh, Griffin Canning was a really good player for us.
All right, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to send him down to AAA and see if I can't just develop him a lot. So I don't want to risk his ratings going down from struggling because he's young. We have Taylor Cole. I actually know who this is. And then Patrick Sandoval. That's my starting pitcher lineup. I actually might move one of them to closer because I don't have a lot of those. I'll move my old guy, Jose. You're going to go to... How do I do this?
Oh, ow. Sorry, I'm playing, I am I'm playing UFC 5 and I kind of just got caught.
Got caught lacking.
Yeah.
Jose actually would be. How do I change positions? Change the player's position in this game? Oh, Jose has 99 bunt? But he has 14 speed, so it's not really worth it. Alright.
Oh, got him.
AAA is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strong. I don't know what you're on AAA, but whatever. 2, 3, 4 strong. Yeah, fine. My relievers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, those two are on waivers. So I have 6. I felt. Why do I have so many relievers? What the hell? But I have like no closers at all. What? No, there was someone I wanted to call up.
Oh, I could have got you there, boy.
37-year-old catcher.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Kurt Suzuki. 41-year-old first baseman? Albert Pujols.
And the Jets will select. Alright, I probably lost that round. Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU.
Yeah, they did need a tight end.
I do like that pick for him. Like that pick for him.
San Fran on the clock. Ooh, I know there was someone I wanted to add to the 40-man. I just don't know what position it was. Let's see if left fielder.
Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely holy, I did not realize it was that bad. Oh, no.
Or, oh shoot, we've actually played a game. I don't know I'm doing this. Alright, how do I go into player lock?
Oh, so you gotta click on the. As long as it's like you or MLB The Show, you gotta click on play game, and then it's like you should have options on what to do, and pick is in for the 49ers.
Okay.
Dude, holy. Ow.
Yes, I will do that. There we go. March the 3rd. Okay. So play game. Alright, hold up. There's one person I have to release, and it'll be a 40 overall with D potential.
Hold up, I'll call you right back.
Oh, he's leaving me. Oh, selection for the 49ers. Alfred Collins, D tackle from Texas. They needed that. They needed a lot of things, actually. play. Next game. I just auto fix them. I just made the lineups invalid anyway. Alright, I'm going. Oh, player lock. There we are. I'm going to player lock. Wait, hold up. Lineup. I want to. Oh, there he is. Welcome back.
Swatty. I am now facing this guy named Kyler Phillips, who's an actual guy that I've never heard about.
That's crazy. So, hold up. The 49ers took a D tackle, which they needed.
Yeah. Dude, wait. Dylan Sampson and Cam Scatterboo still there. Dude, Titans have a lot of good options here. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, there's still a few picks before.
I don't think we can go wrong at this pick, though. Honestly. Cowboys.
Yeah.
I could see the Cowboys taking Mike Green. Yeah.
Oh, who
Will
did?
Johnson's slipping, too. I'm surprised he's fell as far as he has.
Who do I want to? Not him. I want to go Austin Hayes, maybe. I think it was actually Fletcher. Yeah, we're going to player lock David Fletcher.
But yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you. So if you're gonna. Oh, by the way, your camera's off.
Wait, on the stream?
No, on call.
Oh, that's because it's plugged in. My phone's plugged in. It's at 71.
Oh, really? Yours turns. Really?
Well,
Mine's plugged in right now.
well, it's because it's not plugged into a wall. It's plugged into my table, which is connected to my computer, so it just does that stupid stuff.
But yeah, I'm actually like this. I think so. If you get the show 25 right, the best way, like, watch Mr. Hurricane LPs, and then that's. Yeah, it'll be. If you watch his videos, just kind of base it off of that.
Yeah, I do watch his videos. I'm going to player lock David Fletcher.
Oh, this guy's gonna be easy to beat. Oh, this guy's. Cowboys pick is in. It's been in for a little bit, so we're gonna.
Oh shit! What the?
Did you accidentally hang up?
No, I'm trying to get to where I can get my thing up. Oh, there. Yeah, I have to do that. Camera on. There you go. It's on.
Yeah.
Cowboys pick. Yeah, has been in. Which means
To be honest with you,
on the clock.
I don't know who's gonna fall to us. I love Mike Green, but I feel I love Mike Green. I really hope we get him.
All right, we're gonna play. I have David Fletcher as my leadoff because he's like my best player. Now that I've traded my 2 stars. All right, let's see. We're facing a righty. I wanna let that one. Yep, ball. Running back, wide receiver, and corner. This might be where Amari and Hampton goes.
Pick is in, Cowboys. And it's the selection's happening right now.
I was way late. Yeah, I'm not there yet.
They go Donovan E. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Out of Austin College. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. That is such a weird last name.
I'm still waiting for it to pop up on my screen. I know
It's
it's
like Izarikuaku.
Donovan Iziraku. I'm gonna take it there. Edge from Boston College. You know, that's not a bad pick,
Not a bad pick at all.
but it's not what I would have done. But it's Jerry Jones, so he's just trying to get. He just saw weird last name. Yeah, let's take him. Create some headlines.
Watch it though. He'll do good for him. He'll do good for Jerry.
He was a 2024. He was a 2024 ACC Defensive Player of the Year. So
Yeah. But it's also the ACC.
yeah, they're not good. They're not known for having good defense. Alright, we'll take that. A walk. Full count walk, even though it was in the strike zone. We got called a walk. No, stay. What are we doing? What in the world? Why did you not stay? I didn't tell you to do anything. Alright, here we are. Play appearance. Oh, showing his highlights, he is pretty good. Colts pick is in.
The selection is in. I'll tell you this though, I know that for a fact that the Rams are not afraid to pick someone with a past.
Yeah. And they do want someone to pair up with Jerry Verse. Alright, I want to play this appearance. This time is a defensive appearance. Top of the fifth, we're still getting shut out. Colts selection. I'm the second baseman. Oh, someone from Ohio State. I heard it.
Is Jack Sawyer still on the board?
Not sure. JT Tumia, edge rusher from Ohio State. So Mike Green continues to fall. Oh shit. So we're still getting shut out. We have 5 hits, no runs here for the Angels, as the White Sox have 5 hits and 4 runs.
Yeah.
2 outs, bottom of the 5th, runner on first. I'm probably gonna fly out here, knowing me.
Welcome to the Angels. You're gonna suck for a while until you find your franchise guy.
Might just cut everyone and tank for the number 1 over. Oh no, there's the draft lottery, so I might not even be guaranteed to get that.
But yeah, by the way, 25 scouting system is amazing. 25's free agency and scouting system is amazing. It makes franchise so much better.
Oh, yep, that's a good one. Into center. All right, on base.
I'll call you back here.
Alright. Alright, leaves again. And there we are. Yeah, shut up, number 1. Only pitched 3 innings, Bundy. I'm not sure what I want to do. Oh, I'm not gonna play Fortnite. No. But for updates, I do have some storage. I could download something. Yeah, I might as well just update all those. We're going to go to the store. See what, actually, we're just in Game Pass. See what's available. Game Pass, we're just gonna go all games. Let's see. Dang, these suck. I'm just gonna triple 25. Okay, gonna go grab a bite to eat. Oh, my cat. Hi, Bull. I'm not going to announce the Rams pick yet.
Come on, James, absorb that shit.
Hola, clase. Es hora del examen. Jaime.
Why is it so heavy? What the fuck?
Bueno, comenzaremos con la sección de escucha.
Just doing stuff on Instagram and whatnot. Hungry. Oh, well, Rams Pickles announced they took tight end from Oregon. Mike Green and Will Johnson continue to fall. Titans pick is coming up at 52. pick is already in for the Cardinals. They might be the ones to take Mike Green. They need defense, so I don't know. I think they will take Mike Green here or Will Johnson. It has to be. Like, there's no reason for them not to. That's the thing. I'm going to start a new dynasty. 25. You can single player the default rosters. I'm not sure. I don't really care. I just gotta select my team. Won't be empty. It could. I might do that. What? Power on from the screen, but just sucks. ACC, you work on the team. It's not good. Their powers are automatically high rating. The good team. I'm just gonna put this stuff in. Big 12. It was Central Florida, 85 overall. That is 100% cap. And there it is. They take Will Johnson, corner from Michigan. He finally gets taken. It took long enough. He's really good. He fell so far to 47. It's crazy. Raiders on the clock now. Yeah, let's go with UCF. We'll just go with their current coach, which has been on decline ever since they transitioned into new conference. Anyway, no, Vegas is trading again? Who do they trade with? The Texans. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, I'll go grab a bite to eat. Alright, I'm back. Loki might just unmute this.
They did such a good job, 4th rounders, 5th rounders, finding starters, guys that are handy. But then eventually it came down to Aiden Hutchinson, Henry Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
right.
January football, you need the guys.
Yeah.
The Cardinals have done the first half beautifully. They have found so many guys, bargain bin free agency, middle rounds of the draft,
Right.
good coaching staff. They go last year, Harris Johnson Jr., Marvin Harrison, we're going to do it. Harris Johnson Jr. has been banged up, and Marvin Harrison Jr. did not have the big rookie season. So now the heat gets turned up a little bit. All right, Walter Nolan and Will Johnson, we need impactful players right now if we're going to make this push. So it's those 4 names I just said, and then it's Kyler Murray, who obviously this staff inherited, but that's your wide receiver 1, your star tackle, your quarterback, one of your go-to pass rushers with Josh Sweat, and then your number 1. That's a playoff team. Those are premium positions. If those guys are good, they filled out the linebacker and the guard and the safety. They have all the ancillary pieces. Right. You need the tentacles.
The good news is, if you're a Cardinals fan, you take what Ben's saying there. The front office is drafting correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going out and adding pieces that can get you to where you need to go. Now, a lot of it then falls on the individuals of whether or not they actually take you there.
And the one other star that we're forgetting to mention is another player that I think is underappreciated in the NFL, Trey McBride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Highest paid tight end, I probably should have mentioned.
Yeah,
that one.
you know,
Right.
At the same time,
games last year.
a lot of fans don't really know how dynamic he is of a football player, and because hey, he hasn't reached the end zone. I mean, it was a thing at the end of the year last year. Let's get him in the end zone. How crazy is that? This is a guy that's getting 1,000 yards a year, and we can't get him in the end zone. But he is another superstar that is waiting to get on the mainstream of football fans, and just hasn't quite reached that moment yet. And again, this is where you hope that the defensive side of these impact players give him more of an opportunity now with Kyler Murray to take advantage of the sudden change.
Like he jumped off the tape every time I watch one of their games. You talk about the ability to get open in the middle of the football field, whether it's deep open, coming out of corner routes, and also option routes at the tight end. They ran up with speed sweeps, gave them handoffs as well. So Trey McBride, man, is a guy that can jack up all trades, that can do a lot of different things on the football field.
And before we get to this pick, the Texans pick is in at number 48. Let's go to Ryan here because we've got a how many Oreos?
I might be getting a sister.
Most people think that they could eat and
Adoption.
second place is 20.
So, my little cousin who already has a connection with me. Long story. I'll tell you when we're home.
Okay, yeah. Texans just drafted a D tackle. Titans pick is coming up.
I don't know.
Will Johnson went off to the Cardinals.
One of them has to work out.
Not too full yet. So.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very confident.
Sure.
You know, if you were trying to bluff sort of your draft position, I don't know that you could be a very good
Texans,
team.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
This
I just
pick
saw it.
here,
Just looked over.
Deontay Ursery from Minnesota, one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen.
Sinsley's on the clock.
I worry about him in tackle.
We're very close to maybe having Mike Reed fall into our
Pretty
lives.
strong. He has a very clean,
I hope he does.
patient pass set. You kind of see it right there. He loses his base very often.
Ooh, I like the
His
sound
feet
of
come
that.
together.
Yeah, Bengals won't take him because they took Shamar Stewart in the first round.
Go to the ground.
Yeah,
But when he
they
sits on
did
you, it is
pick his
over.
end.
His feet stay apart. He keeps that base.
Oh, my mom
His
touched.
hands have to be some of the strongest hands in this draft because when he engages defenders, if they do not get away, he misses his hands quite a bit. But like I said, when he hits, he's on.
Selection.
And it's a problem. I don't know about you, but the quickness is not really there. The twitch is not really there. He's big enough to give you that sort of runaround factor at tackle. And I do think technically he might be sound enough to make it there. I'd love to see him play about 15 pounds lighter than what he is right now.
Yeah, so
Write it down.
Yeah, I turned the audio back on because I like stopped playing video games, so I got bored.
But also pads, young man.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't playing football yet. And so-
Demetrius Knight Jr., linebacker out of South Carolina, goes to the Bengals.
Oh, so they actually are trying with their defense.
Well coached. He's put on a lot of mass.
All right,
I agree with you.
two
I like to
more.
play a little bit lighter.
Seattle
I'm
and
not sure
Denver.
how much explosiveness is in there, but we've seen 330 pounds with length and with
Yeah, South Carolina's having a lot of players go.
Every day that's with
Oh, yeah, this is probably the most active they've been in the draft.
Yeah, I mean they're all second rounders, but still, that's like 7 second rounders.
Tackle, we're here in the second round. We're in desperate need of offensive line help. We understand the problem. So if you can hold it down for us for a rookie contract, that's excellent.
Let me ask you this. What about the guard position? When I see guys like Mekhi Becton, who started at tackle and is now playing guard, won a Super Bowl last year with Philadelphia Eagles, that a position you can move to.
One thing that I thought Mekhi Becton got in trouble with was relying on his length a little bit more. So he was a waist bender, he was a reacher, he tried to win with his upper body. I don't see the same issues here. Oh goodness, I can't wait to talk about this next kid that just got drafted. But I mentioned that patience early.
Seattle Seahawks.
He doesn't rush it, and he allows defenders to come to him. Now a lot of people would hear that and say, "What, are you just going to get run over?" You try to
We are
attack the
2
defender
picks away
with your upper body.
from having Mike Green in our laps.
There are multiple ways
Dude, this is gonna be like a Terrence Marshall situation. We're gonna have him in our laps, falling perfectly, and then we're gonna draft another Dylan Reynolds.
I swear I will kill myself.
Dude, I remember that we were both there. We passed on Terrence Marshall. We need a receiver. We draft Dylan Reynolds, who sure had potential, but he turns out to suck, and I'm pretty sure he's not even on our team anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah, because that was 4 years ago. Yeah, we let him go this offseason. Seahawks pick is in. I don't know what they picked last night, though.
Sometimes those tall guards.
Because, I mean, they did get DeMarcus Lawrence.
Let's take the DJ Fluid.
They took O-line last night.
So his ankles didn't allow him to get in the proper stance.
They might go receiver here.
Ankle and hip
Really?
flexibility.
Yeah, they need receiver, because they lost DK and Lockett. They only have JSN.
So, like I said, some
I just don't know what receivers are still on the board.
allow him to be successful early as an NFL tackle.
Very quickly on Arian's Ursary, I did
They need, according to Mel, they need a center, D tackle, and wide receiver.
talk to a lot of the
I
players.
think wide receiver.
He didn't play in the game, but when I talked to
I don't think they take center here.
This is the
Really?
biggest, line,
Yeah, second round's too early for a center.
I've never just seen
Second round's where you typically see guards go, but we had 3 go last night.
Well, it's been that way since like Daniel Faalele. I mean, it's like every
They might go D tackle, but a lot of the D tackles have already been taken this round, so there might just not be enough left. So they might just try and take what's left.
Coming out of here from South Carolina.
I mean, I remember Amon-Ra St. Brown. I watched him get drafted.
interesting man in the SEC last year, and
Well, I didn't. Well, I watched the TV. He was like 5th round pick, top player left on the board according to Mel. Lions picked him up, and he's really good.
he was an Uber Eats driver.
And the Titans picked Dez Fitzpatrick over him too. We could have had him.
Runs after games.
Who?
He told me he was
Amon-Ra.
afraid that
The Titans could have had Amon-Ra. We drafted Dez Fitzpatrick over him. And Dez Fitzpatrick is in the UFL now.
They got married
And Amon-Ra's a superstar.
Asked Clayton White, his defense coordinator, about it.
That is a very tight pick. No, we're gonna pick some stupid kid, I swear to you.
So they knew each other in high school, and then during COVID, they ended up texting.
You can
No,
see
we're
the
gonna pick
Tennessee
like a
52 now.
Trust, we're gonna pick like a kid. Trust.
Yeah, we're gonna pick some. We're gonna pick. Watch us pick Shador, and then in the 3rd round we pick Milrow.
235 plus pounds.
I don't
And when
think
you
so.
see him track down plays from across the line of scrimmage, it doesn't feel real. I asked Clayton White, how fast does he run? What's he hit on the GPS? And he said he's this close to 49 miles an hour.
They might go O-line because their O-line sucks, but they have to go receiver because they have JSN and no one else.
Yeah. Well, no, they have Cooper Kupp. You forget that. They have
Oh
Cooper
yeah,
Kupp.
they did add Cooper Kupp. I forgot about
He
that.
loves to go to museums. That is his
They still
favorite
need
thing.
receiver
He
though.
knows that Savannah, Georgia
Yeah.
has become
Yeah, I don't
Charleston
think,
has become his 2 new favorite cities
yeah.
because there's so much history there. He likes to go just walk around.
Carolina
and learn about
Panthers
the cities
traded
and learn about
with
the
the,
histories. He's
oh,
not a former
Mike
college
Green might go
football
to
player,
Panthers.
but he loves
They traded with Denver.
We mentioned
Yeah.
the intellect that is
Oh,
supposed to
no.
play like South Carolina defense.
Hey,
no.
that means we get to take Shador.
No, I will kill myself if we pick Shador. Like, actually, I said that as a big joke. Oh my gosh. No.
Watch us take Shador and then Milrow 3rd round and then Dylan Gabriel 4th round and then Will Howard 5th round.
Please do not tell me they pick Mike Green. Oh my gosh, kill me. If they pick Mike Green, kill me.
The Seahawks still haven't had their thing announced on this.
Well, actually, I don't really think we needed Luther Gordon because we did get Tyler Lockett the other day.
Yeah, but we have Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, and who else? Van Jefferson.
Well, Traylon Burks.
Tell me what the buzz was on
Exactly.
Bernard
Who else?
last year, right?
He's kind of a bust.
Absolutely zero. Mario
Unless we can transform him, but he's probably going to get hurt.
Memphis was almost a 1,000-yard rusher for South Carolina from D3.
Yep, right.
You can make an argument that Joshua Simon was South Carolina's MVP last year. Tight end from Western Kentucky because of how he blocked, how he ran
Oh, here it
routes,
is.
the things he did in motions, in alignments, and shifts. Now, I know it's probably still Lenore Sellers or one of the guys on the defense, but he made that offense go. And John Loggins, their offensive coordinator last year, who's now at App State, would have told you that Shane finds these guys, like a Demetrius Knight from Charlotte, formerly at Georgia Tech. By the way, triple option quarterback in high school. Went to Georgia Tech as a quarterback.
Seattle
Had a coaching
Seahawks
change.
selection.
Jeff Collins gets fired. They're like, hey, bud, you're going to defense. He's like, I've never really done this. And then he
Tight end from Miami.
went up there. We hit the first couple days of
What?
practice, and
I am scared. I am scared out of my pants right now,
for
dude.
me. You said stick with it, keep going.
Oh,
a
I
little
am
bit.
so scared right
Next couple
now.
Days, did it a few more times. He actually started to enjoy it. So think about having quarterback intellect playing inside linebacker as well. I'm just telling you, he is a fascinating prospect for Cincinnati.
So when you look at this team overall, right, we know they signed Jamar Chase to a big deal, also T. Higgins. And I think the difference between when you look at the Philadelphia
Oh, I
Eagles,
haven't seen
they're paying
through
all their offensive
spring
guys,
training yet.
and
Hold
you got
up.
a lot of guys on rookie
When does the
contracts.
season start?
Defensively, is that they've been able to develop and hit on their draft picks defensively. It's the opposite for the Cincinnati Bengals. When I look at guys like Miles Murphy, who's a first-round draft pick, McKinley Jackson, Chris Jenkins Jr., Dax Hill, Jordan Battle, DJ Turner.
We
those
went
guys are gonna have to step it up a little bit
16
more.
and 11
Because you're paying so much money
in
on the
spring
offensive side of the
training.
ball, But I love to start Cincinnati drafting two defensive
kinda
guys
bad.
to add to those young ones that they already have.
Jermaine Pratt, a rising free agent, requested a trade this offseason. Pratt and Demetrius Knight, very similar sort of roles, right? So you can see the vision.
The pick is in.
Pratt now, plug and chug.
Oh my gosh.
Got Elijah Arroyo off the board here to Seattle. A nice target there for Sam Darnold. What do you feel about sort of what they're building? There are obviously a lot of changes in Seattle this summer.
Yeah, Elijah's a really solid football player. Elijah isn't going to be the sexy tight end pick, right, that is super explosive off the line of scrimmage, right? It does take him a little bit to get going and to create a little bit more momentum, right?
Alright, here we are. Regular season of this.
They did a really good job of doing a lot of different things and roles, right?
We're gonna play on player walk of our
See right
ace
here,
pitcher.
A little fake screen there to the outside of the receiver. He bluffs the defensive back.
I
goes
can't
right by
find.
him. Good catch after, right? Then from here, does
There
a
it
good
is.
job of kind of playing slow off the ball, then accelerating through the cut, and then really
I think that tight end Seattle took actually might be pretty good.
defenders here in this one. You don't see that a lot in his film, and sometimes you would like to see a little bit more attitude and just like physicality when people are trying to tackle him. But the hand for sure, is going to be a good red zone target for.
I thought you almost said the N word.
He runs solid routes. He's not exactly the sharpest route runner or explosive out of the cuts, but he does a good job of using his body, creating that boundary between the defender and the quarterback when he's being thrown the football. And again, that vertical ability to run.
Please tell me.
I want to say that he can really like just blow by people.
The Titans look my Titan. This is.
Ball's in the air because your 40 time might not say that. But when that football is in the air,
We're gonna
it's
go
in a
with-
different
we're
gear,
gonna
that
go with some
acceleration is at
kicker,
another
dude, I
level.
swear.
I'll take my chances, no doubt.
Yes, you will.
Football, by the way. That's right.
You
Chance.
100%
That's right.
will.
It's gonna be a little bit still like athlete learning tight end.
Yeah.
I talked to Aaron Feld, Miami strength coach, about him at the bowl game, and he said he's in here every day, wants to learn, trying to get better, watching film,
Please,
working on
Tennessee,
his
oh,
footwork, working on
please,
different
please,
things.
please.
So I don't think he's a
Please
guy
just
that's
disregard the
blind, but
allegations.
Yeah.
to be a good football player, he's still
Their
working hard to be a
allegations,
great
it's
football
not
player.
proven true.
Yeah, no doubt.
Speaking of great
He's
football
innocent
players,
till proven
big
guilty.
score off the board to Carolina
Literally.
Bay.
Watch us take like Isaiah Bond.
Put this one on video, man. What do we got out of
Wait,
this?
Is it
Isaiah?
all the Missouri
Oh my
game?
God, he is
Yeah, so
first
I don't want
overall.
the Missouri game. You want the
Pick is
Missouri
in.
game? I'll show you. Armin Membo. I was
gonna
going
be
to
Larry
number 7
Lacey.
overall. Jets, this is him here at right tackle. Nick Scourge
Rest in
again
peace.
will run his direction.
R.I.P.
Missouri, they love to run off Membo because he never gets beat like that at the point of attack. I'll take this to end zone view. This is zone. Membo's trying to reach Scourgeon. Arms through, tackle behind the line of scrimmage. The thing that Scourgeon impresses most with in the run defense is how productive he is. It's not just.
Well, we had the worst season in
It's the ability
franchise
to get
history.
the runner down as well. That's
The
Memphis.
Titans.
I want to ask you a serious question real quick. Was that the first play of the game?
This was
Fine, this one likes it.
Oh, here it is.
First play of the game.
Please.
Something similar to this, and when I was watching the film the next day, I said, he just set the tone right there. And then
You're
he did it
kidding me.
again and again and again. So
Yeah,
Memphis was big. He doesn't get hit like this. The head
I'm watching it right now.
control
I'll
and
let
through, right?
I'll let
He's very
the
active.
video out of UCLA.
like you said right there, Memphis could not get that second step in the ground. He kind of hung in in the air right there, and that's why he got turned
He's
around.
over again.
Gordon's doing that with his hands and his jam right there.
Now, this is Mississippi State, so we're going to get to a Will Campbell rep later, but this is Mississippi State.
We tightened it.
Show you what a chop looks like for a pass
Whoa,
rusher.
this
and
guy
then
doesn't
show
look
you
too
bench
bad.
performer.
I'll say
This
that.
rep at 280 pounds has the
But he's
last
not Mike
rep
Green.
reserve
I'll
rep.
tell you that
This
much.
rep right here on the left side,
Yeah.
we're gonna chop down the
Oh
pass.
my gosh. Please fall to the third round or at least trade up. What pick in the third round do we have? We have the first. No, because we traded that. Never mind.
Yeah, to the Chiefs. We have number 82. So we don't pick for another 30 selections.
I couldn't believe this rep when I saw it. The chop, dip, flatten, and finish. Now, Scott
All right,
Fish waiting,
opening
right?
day. MLB The Show.
Rusher as the high side.
I'm pretty sure we're in Chicago.
What you see in that inside arm.
Or are we? No, no, we're in LA actually.
Will Campbell and LSU. Will Campbell, 4th overall pick. So he's doing this against future NFLers.
Oh, ow, 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 ow. Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Again,
Bucks are on the clock.
inside arm, and he's going to show Will Campbell. And then boom, hit him with the inside spin. You did not see Will Campbell lose a lot of one-on-one pass rush reps. Did you know?
Why did I swing at
And this one is a loss, right?
Upton?
That ball's
I'm using a
out
guy
to
named
Aaron
Upton.
Nussmeier.
But that's a win.
Yeah, but that's
a win for scoring. I'm going to tell you what's most
Kid's
impressive
chin
about
is
this
insane.
thing. I'll kind of bring you over here to show you this.
Yeah, yeah.
The first rep that you showed, he gives you kind of that one-handed chop.
Yep.
All right, well, it's easy to help keep your balance with the other hand.
0-2
And opposite
are
of that,
falling behind
the
the
fact
count.
that he's doing this with 2 hands and then spinning out of it, that's not a move that you see from
He's
a lot of guys
coming.
in general
He's
at
coming.
all.
He's
They don't
coming for
even
the
attempt
slider.
this because you're giving yourself up. When I swap with both hands, I'm giving you my chest. You better win that rep, or Will Campbell's going to own you with that punch. And then to be able to spin out of it, that's just freak show athleticism right there.
Now, the first thing I talked about was his ability to finish in the backfield, right? We saw that play against Missouri. This is 2023 Purdue. He's here at the bottom of the screen. I want to show you what it looks like when the inside spin gets to finish. Again, the bend and the
Oh
athleticism.
my, the circle change just dropped right into the center. I so could have swung and sent that
Bottom of the screen here, Virginia Tech.
1,200 feet.
By the way, when he hit this inside spin, and then finishes at the quarterback. Keeps the player down. Forcing runs.
The Bucks
So
pick is
I
in.
showed the Will Campbell rep, but now him actually getting an opportunity to finish the rep with tackle radius. Scourton is going to be a sack getter at the NFL level.
I don't know, man.
Texas
When do we
A&M up
pick
to
next?
280. Carolina
82.
Panthers, I would expect they like bigger bodies.
82.
More so that 270 range for him.
Oh
but
my
still,
God.
the balance, the body control, and the hand usage is going to be a high sack player in the NFL.
Language,
One thing I like
but
about that
dude.
last rep too, you can go back and watch it one more time. To me, it shows awareness of back to your side. You're probably going to get a chip, so don't waste your time on an outside move. So watch the back come over, wants to help. Nope, not going to be able to help. That's just that's football smart, football awareness, understanding situations, understanding formations. All just little sprinkles on top of the icing of what Nick Gordon could be in the NFL.
He was so productive in Purdue. That way, when he's already transfers to A&M.
Yeah, they're still talking about Nick Gordon.
The young breakout age, to me, it describes a very high ceiling in the NFL.
Absolutely. We had another edge rusher off the board, Oluwafemi Oladejo.
There he is.
to the
Oladejo is his name.
Titans. We've also got a trade here. The Broncos giving up 51, 84, 122, and 208. The Panthers giving up 57, 74, 111, and 238 picks involved there. Nick Gordon is a dog. That is correct. A big dog, if you will. So, obviously a great point here. Interesting username there. Mike Green.
Queen of the Cox.
Well,
Interesting username here. Queen of the Cox.
Pick is in, and Ryan has 50 more to go, by the way.
Where'd you say Femi Oladejo went?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, how do we feel about that?
Definitely a need.
Yeah, they lost
Carolina to the third.
Lost
Went to
Carolina.
New England.
Right. They signed Draymond Jones in free agency, but he's a one-year deal. Arden Key's on an expiring contract. Their edge rush room is already light and might get lighter in 26. Oladejo's project, right? So I don't think you want him taking too many snaps in 25. This was a stacked linebacker, high-caliber athlete at Cal. He transfers to UCLA. We don't have a lot of room at stacked linebacker. We got Carson Schwechter. We got Kane Madrano, who might hear his name called here on day 2. They move him down on the ball. A lot of the reps, he's thinking on his feet. A lot of reps, you can tell it's slow for him. He doesn't know how to use his hands. And every so often, you're like,
Oh no.
high caliber athleticism. He got more comfortable with contact with bigger bodies as the year went on. So the arrow's pointing up. But again, I would not expect 25 returns on Oladejo. You're thinking more 26 and beyond.
Is it situational when you have a project like that for the 2025 season? Because I look at the interior defensive line, and how great they are. When you have a Jeffrey Simmons, you have a
Yeah.
Devondre Sweat, like you have a lot of guys in there that's going to eat up a lot of space. So if you're one-on-one with a tight end, right? Do you think he had that ability to be able to make a play every now and then for the tight
Yeah,
end?
so I was thinking about Mason Taylor, right? He was the opposite guy in that Mason Taylor block,
I mean,
right? So even right now with the one-on-ones with the tight ends,
We kind of got clowned last year for passing on a really good prospect for a D lineman.
you go watch the early
And it worked out
right?
really good for us.
Like,
Devondre Sweat was
early in the
insane,
year,
so.
Minnesota early in the year. He's getting split zone action, block down, step down.
Oh,
run
oh,
block.
come on. Come on, Albie.
Right, his feet stop, he turns his hips into a block, whatever. You get to the end of the year, square the line of scrimmage, drop the
All right,
put the
Bucks
shoulder to the
selection.
play, right? So
Benjamin Morrison,
You're
corner,
seeing, like,
Notre
I've
Dame.
now seen split flow action a couple of times. I know what this looks like, but
No!
right? You need to be on the field, kind of get the bolt's got to be live a little bit. So he's going to take some snaps. Like I said, they got room in that rotation. I just again think it's going to be too fast for him in the NFL at first. The hope is that mentally he can catch up. Great physical gifts, Femi Oladejo. You got to catch him.
I think part of that too is they asked him to be in space, maybe a little more than you would like, more than I'm
Why?
comfortable watching
Like,
an
oh
guy
my
be in space.
word.
I kept kind of wanting to see more pass rush reps, and then as you mentioned, got later in the year, got a little bit more of that from him. So talk about situationally, I think it hurt his development slightly, just not able to do those things at the line of scrimmage as much. But once he got more comfortable later in the year, showed you athletically he's capable of it.
How difficult is that, obviously, trying to do that, or not perhaps developing that in the college game and then going to the NFL, where it is 0.5% at every position on the football field and trying to develop
I
that?
think it also hurts though, right? When you have to go to class.
Should
You
you know what? I should probably check on
maybe
my
you're trying to learn
excuses.
a new thing.
No, I don't have to go anymore.
But like at the National Football League level, right? You're eating, sleeping, and pooping football.
Yes.
Right? So
Like
you
every
have
quarterback
way more
position
time to learn
was
things. You can work
probably a
with
good idea.
coaches a little bit more. You can get an older guy to kind of help you out along the way too. But
I
it's
just go to
it is a lot of
what Ben said, speed. And that's where it's going to take a little extra time to catch up. The things are going to happen a little bit faster. That tackle block is going to be across your face a little bit faster. That split zone action is going to come hit you a little bit quicker. And if you don't react immediately, you're going to lose the rest. That's going to be the biggest difference.
I think I heard Ryan let out a little
Oh,
sigh.
another search. Ooh, from where? Central Methodist University.
I mean, like
Ooh.
scale of 1 to 10. Now, how are we feeling?
Where are you located?
Probably Central Methodist.
Ain't good, ain't bad.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
Methodist is a church. Like the Methodist.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm a United Methodist.
Yeah, I know what that is.
The Packers.
Oh my gosh.
Here, Ben.
Green Bay.
Guesses as
It's in
So
no.
they went wide receiver early.
No.
At least-
Oh my gosh.
They went, yeah, Matthew Golden.
Oh my gosh, it's in what is it?
Maybe Benjamin Morris.
Gosh, hold up, I'm screen recording so you can tell me what that is. I cannot pronounce it, but I know exactly where it is. That's a really nice place to be.
Like the future is there in Green Bay for him at this point, right?
Hold up, where is that?
Hold on, let me get in this.
Expect them to hit it. Alexander's not on the team right now. The starter,
Fayette, Missouri.
Harrington Valentine
Yeah.
and Keyshawn Nixon, they went and got Nate Hobbs for the slot.
I
They got
love
three
that.
nickels and no outside players. So I'd like outside.
Check my
Pick right before
NCSA.
the Benjamin Morrison was on the board, and that would have been a lovely game. They passed it.
Gets picked here because
I have 21 searches.
Oh,
Yeah, I know it's one of your guys. Like, what makes him great?
everything but the hip injuries, right?
Uh,
for Notre Dame, he
juniors,
walked out there as a freshman,
D3,
sacked 6
bunch
interceptions,
of
right? All-American.
juniors.
All right, this is going to be it. Extremely comfortable in the press. He'll also throw it.
7 hours ago for this D3 team.
Techniques on you in man coverage. He'll get physical, and then
But just
he'll
this
flash you
Division 3
away from
program,
you.
but it's not
And
paying
this
for
player,
it.
he understands what you need to do at the position. He's comfortable off the play. He's good.
Honestly, I'm gonna open a different
And
tab.
Todd Bowles' defense. The issue is there's been multiple
YouTube
hits,
that'll
right? And that's why he's
that
the
I
second
kinda
round.
actually wanna watch, like, I'm
Plain and
throwing
simple.
some
He would have
Mr.
been top
NLP.
20, top 30 picks otherwise.
looking
So
from-
they needed an outside corner. Tampa Bay did, right? Now you have a Jamel Dean playing the other, or excuse me, Zion McCollum playing the other side. They'll probably move on from.
Oh, I have
Dean.
28 public highlight
Smith.
views
They're
on
running all
the
over Tyke
Hockey
Smith.
Recruit now.
He was so good last season. On it. They've got some nice corners there.
Benjamin Morrison's smooth, and like Ben
Oh,
said, like,
let's check
he
my
knows how to
huddle.
use his arms, and he has success using
There's
it.
so many
It's
recruiting
not
apps, it's
we're
not
having a
even
totally
funny.
different conversation about it.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that you could say about that.
Why
We got
does the
Anthony
huddle
Belt
just
here,
auto sign me in?
out of
Like, this
NC
is stupid.
State for the Packers. What do we think about that pick?
It's a, I think it's a bit of a work in progress.
Packers took
I think
D-tackle.
you're talking about somebody
O
who's
tackle
really
from
stiff at tackle.
NC State,
Does
Anthony
have
Belton.
some athletic ability, does bring a ton of mass, as you can see, 6'6", 336,
Let's
but getting beat around the corner a little bit.
Creator
I
activity.
don't know. We talked about some of the quickness
How
traits that
much
you need to have in
power is
tackle
it?
early. You see him there outside zone, strong hands. He does have the demeanor that you like. He finishes blocks, but here we'll take a look at his pass set. You see that little inside stutter step shows me some confusion and a lack of confidence in whatever set it was that you predetermined you were going to use there. And that's one thing that I saw consistently. Lower body flexibility, something I'd like to see a little bit more from him. But he's got ability and he brings mass. It's just some of the technique and the fundamentals that have been very clean with a few other individuals we've talked about. You're not going to get here with Belton. And the hit rate with the hands, the punch rate with the hands, I thought was a lot lower than it really needed to be.
I'm very surprised he's a Packer. Packers, you go look at that offensive line. You're looking at Zach Tom at right tackle, who could play center, could play guard, could play tackle, fleet of foot, flexibility. They got Rasheed Walker there at left tackle, and both those guys are rising free agents. They were looking at this tackle position. But Rasheed Walker as well, a little bit more of a lighter finesse player at tackle. Elton Jenkins, right? They got Jordan Morgan last season. They've not been the team that's the 6'6", 340-pound guy, right? And so
Chargers selection.
A departure from their mold.
Chargers selection.
Maybe they just really like the dude, but I felt it to me.
It's going to be another running back.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of work to be done here.
Hey, not Jim Harbaugh. I want to put it past them.
Frame-wise, you'd like to make some changes. So they needed to invest in tackle. They knew that. You give me 10 guesses which tackle the Packers are taking, I don't think I would have gotten to Belton.
Yeah, Twitter seems to think that this was a reach. That looked like a consensus there from a lot of people.
He can move you in the run game. He can steer you. In
Trey Harris, Ole Miss wide receiver.
He needs to strong arm you specifically with his right hand.
Yep,
So
Chargers.
to the left,
Took a wide receiver for the first time in their organization's
he has
history.
the capabilities to get those hands on you.
Darius.
Now, how often does that benefit you in pass protection? It really doesn't. That's not something that you need to rely on. It's something that's going to be a strength of yours. But when he gets his hands on you in the run game, it's over. You're not detaching. You're not getting away from him. You're not getting him to the ground because he is a violent mover of other humans. It's just a lot has to go right before he gets in position to be able to make that happen.
And it's kind of scary too when you have a quarterback with the athleticism like Jordan Love, and also you look at the offensive system and how they love to get the quarterback out on the edge. Kind of dicey there, in my opinion.
I want to go back to what Ben said a moment ago quickly, Ben, because this is interesting. Jordan Morgan has all of the physical mass traits I think that you're getting here. The difference was, and Jordan Morgan had the
Wait, I want to see. Did they count that as a knockdown?
His pass set was clean. His fundamentals were clean.
Yeah, I do not like him in the show.
I'm
not good. I do not like this game anymore.
Kind of like what you pointed out.
I'm terrible.
Fundamentally, this is a different direction. It feels like for Green Bay here than what they've done the last few drafts.
We kind of got booty hole.
They want him to win that job, right?
Furted.
They came into camp.
I think I got like 4 views right now on. Let me check.
Right, he got beat in camp by the
On Huddle?
rounder, and I think.
Yeah, I got 4 views on that video, which is surprising.
I want to see what my huddle is, actually. You can keep that rolling in the background. Huddle. Considering it's not really showing me
Trey Harris, we got a new weapon for Justin Herbert. Oh, he's a Charger? Oh, he's a very good pick. Daniel Popper said he was going to be a Charger. That was a good prediction. Trey Harris is a big receiver. He's 6'3", 210. He's not the fastest, but he is actually very, very good in his routes, and that makes him successful. First snap I want to watch is against South Carolina. Little double move.
I have 11 highlight views on my huddle.
The thing that he does best at the top of the screen, the routes are nice. Sometimes the burst isn't amazing, long speed isn't amazing. He's very good tracking the football. So there's our stutter and go. Here's the space. Now Jackson starts to put the ball in the air. Ideally, Matt, as a quarterback, you see your wide receiver win on a one-on-one like this. Safety's low. You want to hang this sucker out here, right? Catch this thing on the run. Let's go score 6 points. This ball is going to come in from guard. Too close to the sideline and too short, and it's going to force Harris to adjust.
Oh yeah, they're showing Jackson Dart low lights right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like it's Trey Harris highlights, and they're showing how bad Jackson Dart's arm is. They just said you want this ball to be 5-7 yards out in front of you, but no, it was 4 yards out in front. But not even out. It was 4 yards out to the side, and he still caught it.
The easy thing. Open my hips to that, trying to catch it up here. But instead, execute the harder track. It gets me. We got wide receiver skills here. This guy's a talented player for the position.
Absolutely. And what I love about that clip that you just showed,
I might increase my difficulty.
the ability to slow
User
down
settings.
his feet to adjust to the football while it's midair. So this tracking
I'm just gonna
ability
go
when
with
the football's midair to slow
beginner.
down, to track with chin to shoulder like that, and the eye discipline it takes to do that. All three of those components
We're going to
fantastic work
apply
by Trey
that.
Harris. And you see this time in time
Are
to get
we
his
going
ability to catch the
to-
football over the shoulder and not.
Alright, how do I switch to like the minor leagues if I want to play for them?
Oh, so just slide to the right or to the left with your right stick. To the right once is AAA, to the right twice is AA, and it's just in reverse. And then 3 times is to single A, but you can't really. There's no games to play. I don't, or maybe it's just you can only go 2. I can't remember.
Right, the Julio Jones route, baby. So we're gonna sell as if.
Okay, yeah,
we're
thank
going
you.
coach. We're gonna sell as if. We'll run this route here, and then we're gonna.
Still only going to play. I might play the full game here because I'm better at pitching and defense and whatnot.
Challenging route to run. It's a hard route for NFL receivers. I want you to see, man, how he separates on this. Delays out, they call it. Trey Harris. He's in the stack here. We gotta go. There you go. So Trey Harris here. Sell the post. And then break into the sideline, ball with anticipation. I'm sorry, that's the corner off the ground.
They're showing more Jackson Dart throws of him missing and Trey Harris still.
A route runner, the center zone, laid out, it impresses me. I like what I see.
Talk about the eyes too, as far as Trey Harris goes, and running that route.
So the ability, number one, to sink your hips as a big guy. So as you come in here, you know that deep, you boom, 1, 2, boom. But you want to also keep vision on that DB. Because you don't want to turn back out and you run right into him and collision him.
Right.
So you got to have that awareness too. As soon as you hit it, boom, boom, come back downhill flat, catch that.
Oh my God!
Yep, I love it.
Again, for 6'3", the ability to get low into this, you'll see a better route runner.
Still a low slider to start the
Now,
day.
one thing non-negotiable to me, you're going to be big, you better play big.
Almost caught
I'm
him.
tired of watching these 6'3" receivers play for 5
See his fastball. See if he
We're in
can
the red.
throw
The
it.
Chargers have one, and that's the reason why they got Trey Harris. Right?
Ooh, okay. Caught him swinging 91.
He's going to run that route that initially looks like it's a crosser, right? It initially looks like it's coming to that linebacker and then bang.
I've not been paying attention to the past few breaks. With the Bears at 56, yeah, they have not been moving that fast.
Whoever you have in the middle of the football field, but you got to do a great job.
Bears selection, though.
That defender before you did it.
Yeah, they call it a dip route. What does it look like?
Go with the 2 seam.
So we have the dip route now. Again, from Jackson Dart, we like to see this throw face master higher. We're in the red zone.
Go
we're
with the
trying to throw
12-6
face master higher.
curve.
So it's not the most accurate ball, and it pulls Harris
2-2.
back to contact. I'm going to make my quarterback right in the scoring area. He makes this catch through contact to the
Slider.
linebacker.
See if he can't throw
celebrates
it.
on him in a little bit because but then again, if you're going to be a big receiver,
What?
you're in that red area. So Harris, they had a receiver there.
Change up.
Big body, he ran nice routes. Justin Herbert trusted him.
I don't even know where it's playing. I'm going. And line drive. Are you going to announce the Bears selection, ESPN here?
Man, do you know how many touchdowns I've seen Tony Gonzalez and Julio Jones catch on this dip route?
I've heard of them.
Just because of the catch radius. But that's what you want to see. But because this ball, in actual reality, should be placed right here on this outside shoulder.
They keep talking about terrible ball placement by Jackson Dart. He should have gone in the 7th round. He's terrible.
Did I pull routes where Jackson Dart didn't throw the ball super accurately? Who's to say? Who was to say? I'm picking the New York Giants. We, again, like I said, red zone, we go face master higher, right? We like to be able to get our quarterback up here, or right, and we want also to turn those shoulders, bring the outside shoulder away from where the coverage is.
Round out. One more out to go.
But that's one of the things that I had in my notes. Contested catches. Really good. It does well.
Yeah, Trey Harris for the Chargers, man. I made a sound.
Oh, Blue, you gotta give me a freaking strike there.
It's hard to have production.
They still haven't announced the Bears selection. It's been on this screen for like 3 years. We are 1-1.
Take care of your body is the most important thing.
Let's take the slider here.
In the tub.
You know what? A really important thing.
Caught him reaching. Ozzy Trapilo. O tackle from Boston College. Alright, the 1-2. Fastball high. Let's hope he doesn't know how to hit it. And he doesn't strikes out. Get out of the first without allowing a hit.
They were trying to sell him yesterday. They were like, oh, it's West Coast. No, it ain't West Coast now.
It's not, you know, there's some wrinkles in there that look
Alright.
like that, but I
David
think this
Fletcher
is a player
leading
that is
off.
capable of
That was a fastball right down the middle. If I could clobber that one for a dick shot. Trade alert. Broncos are trading down again.
and I love it that way.
Wow. Wait, they're playing the money ball
here.
here.
Ozzy Trujillo from Boston College.
The Lions.
16 just went to the
Oh.
Chargers. We've got a YouTube
All right.
here. What would you grade the Chargers pick of Trey Harris? Most people gave that either an A, but most people favoring A, B there. Obviously, Jim Harbaugh in his front office trying to get some weapons around their quarterback. We've got Mel Kiper's best available here. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders stands out there up at the top. Noteworthy that the Raiders are coming up here. That's a spot. Mike Green, obviously, still on the board. Darius Alexander of Toledo, Trey Amos, and Sheridan.
Shedeur Sanders is the top player available. Dude, I'm on the earliest difficulty, and I've been way too early and way too late. It was the same pitch. I am terrible. I am. Sorry.
Our teams maybe worry about some things that are off the field, and not necessarily.
I feel like Shedeur Sanders has been the
That one has a chance. Hit the foul pole. It hit. Nope. Okay, that counts as a home run. Let's go.
The Raiders, Steelers, Browns, Rams. It feels like we've mostly been hearing at least those first
Solo homer.
So yeah.
you hit the foul pole?
If he shows up in Las Vegas and thinks that he's going to be the dude, he is going to be very surprised.
Oh, perfect timing into center field, and that is a single.
Dude is tough.
Alright, Ryan selection. Do, 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 do.
Alright, that's a step up. That's a step up in comp. Okay.
And I think that's also something, too, that would be really good for Shedeur, right? To see someone that is similar to himself as far as just the way that he has been raised, right? The way that he carries himself and the ability
Oh my god, under it. Way under it, into left field. That's right field. Oh god, I'm not all the way there. Anyway, Austin Hayes now.
Everybody else's thoughts on this. I do think with the #1 pick at quarterback this year at Cam Ward, because of the
that had 4 to 7
really good quarterback depth,
degree launch angle.
some things with him. But to go past that, you just referenced having a vet when a rookie quarterback comes in.
Yeah.
I do radio in Birmingham, Alabama, and Trent Dilfer, obviously the UAB head coach, he's come in and sat with us multiple times, and he's talked about towards the end of his career.
Oh,
that he was
fly
basically the
ball
guy to
into
show the
left
younger
again.
guy how things operated, and that there were younger quarterbacks at 4 or 5 p.m. that said, "Appreciate it, man. See you in the morning." And Trent would say, "No. Put another cup of coffee on, or another mug of coffee on. But we're just doing our third down install now. We're going to be until midnight.
Right.
It's not happening just yet. We're still got a long way to go." It doesn't feel like Tennessee has that guy right now. Does Cam Ward need that guy? How important is it for maybe the Titans to bring someone in, or can they get away with? He's 25 years old. He's played a lot of college football, multiple places, so maybe he doesn't have to have that, and he does have the mentality that I think you need to be a successful NFL quarterback. But do they need that other guy in the facility, similar to what maybe?
And they take Tate Radledge, guard, Georgia. Vegas is now on the clock.
You know who was in the quarterback?
Let's go. Shedeur Sanders.
You know how much I knew about being an NFL quarterback?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing, right? Not a
No,
damn
they
thing.
weren't.
So
we would have thought you knew a lot about it. Really, like, you know, a good idea.
Yeah, now hey, surface level, absolutely,
that
but then what it
so
actually takes to
seriously,
go
that
about it
could
in a day-by-day
be the
process
guy
and
that
earn the
that's
respect
the
of your teammates, right? And just to
I
be able to
believe
grind
that
in
might-
that meter,
okay,
understand
I believe
exactly what
that
the coaches
might
are
be
asking you to do,
fixture.
and then to go out there and do it every single day. That is where, yes, he is at a disadvantage. He does not have that lifeline to say, hey man, what does coach really mean when he says this, right? Especially with certain looks or even just the way of leading a football team.
No,
The good
that
thing
is the
is
big debate
that
right now.
we saw
That is
him
the big
take
debate.
over a team in less than a year in Miami. We saw that same thing with Jaden Daniels too, because we could have said that same question marks for him. Now he did have Marcus Mariota,
No, Garrett.
who has also been
If they
through
don't
some
pick
things
him
and was
here, they're
very
actually
experienced.
kind of retarded.
Being a starting
They have Geno Smith, and they just signed Geno Smith. They just signed Geno Smith to a 3-year offer, and Shedeur Sanders doesn't have all that much potential. His ceiling's not that high. If they're drafting a quarterback, it's going to be Milroe probably.
Really think so?
Yeah, because the upside. They have a quarterback for 3 years, and they're paying him money. Geno Smith.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Geno, but Geno's old and he was becoming very consistent
That's
there.
not it. It's about just
Plus Shedeur can sit for a couple years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Shedeur's upside isn't that much. He's almost already peaked.
I don't know about that.
You didn't have that older
He's pro ready. He has the lowest floor out of any, the highest floor out of any quarterback in this draft class. But he also has like one of the lower ceilings.
I want to share this story before we get to this, because if it is Shedeur, obviously we're going to spend a lot of time on it. Following up with what you said about Cam Ward sort of taking over, and we all know how difficult it has to be to walk into a new place that you've never been and assert yourself as the leader, as the alpha in the room. Talking to Xavier Restrepo, one of his receivers at Miami before the bowl game. He didn't play in the game, but he was kind enough to spend some time with me and just talk about camp. He said, camp was first day on campus. There's a group text to all the receivers. We had never met
Receiver.
We had never spoken to Cam Ward.
I can see that. They do kind of need receivers. Ow! My knee.
7 a.m. tomorrow on the practice field. I expect you all to
Just
be
bashed it on my desk.
one receiver chimes back to the group and says,
Alright, the 1-2 pitch here. We're going to go with a slider. Low and inside. Let's see how much he clobbers this one. And he clobbered it. No, please don't. And there goes the no-hitter. It was in the top of the second, so it wasn't going to stay anyway. Top of the second.
Does Cam Ward have the makeup? You damn right he does. 100%. And that comes from
Marley had a first game, Garrett.
Aaron Feld, the strength coach, receivers on the team, O-lineman on the team. He is that guy. But it's still the NFL. It's still
Jack
a little bit
Beck.
different. You'd love to have that guy to just say,
I don't know how to feel about him. I know he's solid,
"Feel
but
this that way." Like you said, someone that you can lean on and say,
oh, that's belt into center field and fly out. We lead 1-0 mid-seconds.
Number 2 overall. I was there with them. But we had
Alright, here we are. Lefty batter. What? I'm on the easiest batting difficulty, and I'm still 3 seconds ahead of
You're talking
this.
about a solid veteran that Marcus Mariota could lean on through thick and thin. And it was pivotal.
And ground out
Because
right to the
everything isn't
pitcher.
gonna be peaches and cream early on in your career.
Yeah, sounds about right.
There's a lot on your plate.
Welcome to the Angels organization. We're grounding out to the White Sox.
Sometimes you may feel overwhelmed.
Yeah. And that's exactly
Then
what it
also,
sounds like. The Angels.
DJ Manuel told me this. The importance
Ground out to the pitcher. It literally bounced right into his
Sometimes you feel like
glove.
everything is your fault. And you just need that vet to say, listen, young buck.
55 exit velocity is just
This is
terrible.
what he means. He's not angry at you.
And what is oh my
Broke
gosh.
that route off too early.
Let go. Exactly.
And that's a fly out to
It's
left.
worse, though, right? Because you don't want to lose the young guy as well.
That's a
So
great point.
having that solid guy in the meeting room that can just you can talk to about any and everything. Whether it's outside
56-degree
football
launch angles,
or
insane. If you're gonna do that, you gotta hit it like insanely hard.
Tate Ratledge went from
146 on that. It was a foul tip,
was picked by the Raiders.
and that one's going
Let's just stay on
foul.
this
And
topic.
that would have been a home run
I'm
too.
curious because I feel like we've seen, and I think this sort of
All right,
speaks
the
to
0-2.
sort of why people perhaps became
And
more biased.
Cutter,
I feel like
and it's a
I
strikeout.
remember when I started in writing, sports writing.
Can I help you? Nope. Just looking.
Way back in the day, SB Nation, and I
Welcome to the Angels, everyone. I'm not even making a baseball video.
hoped we're gonna be if Joe Burrow as like quarterback for us. It's very
I was just talking about welcome to the Angels, everyone. Like I'm making a baseball video right now when I'm not.
of all time.
You're not going to hear LSU fans saying that after 2008.
Exactly.
Probably, yeah.
Short yardage back.
So you've seen the Joe Burrow evolve. You've seen Jaden Daniels evolve.
I'm just
You've
terrible.
seen that from Cam. Cam Ward was a
Yeah,
zero-star
that
in
just comes with
Harvard,
time.
Washington
That just
State,
comes with
Miami.
One of the Ravens needs is kicker.
He was like, oh well, maybe he'll be a late round quarterback. And that's the overall pick. I guess I say all that to say how
He's
much value
washed.
is there now because a lot of people view the transfer thing as a negative.
Yeah, so
You've been able to see
whenever-
guys.
if you get
Okay, maybe
25,
they don't have it early on,
well, actually,
but is there value
yeah.
in? Oh, okay, well
If you
you
want
can
more
develop this
based
guy
on
clearly.
ratings,
This is
use
how much
timing,
my value is.
and then just like the base pitching. Those are like the ones focused mostly on us stats.
right now. And one of them is we see players go from maybe a smaller market to a bigger market and play up to their skill set, and maybe even more so, because now teams aren't like scheming just against
Alright,
that great
here we
player.
are.
Right?
Can
It's not them
I
against
get
the
us
rest
out of the
team. Now they
third
actually
here?
have some
Oh
help
my
on either side
gosh,
of
Bundy,
the line.
you've thrown 29
Great
pitches.
players
How are you
playing
already
on
losing
Sundays
it?
potentially as well, and that helps them. And I think that's what we saw with Cam Ward.
Just hit a
Right? Everyone
batter.
thought, oh, yeah, he's a
Slide
good player. He's a
81
nice
mile an hour
football player
slider.
from
That's not
Washington
even. That's
State, right?
terrible.
He's good.
I could throw an 81 mile an hour slider.
You can throw a what?
81 mile an hour slider.
Best football player in the
Garrett,
country,
respectfully,
week in and week out. And yes, does he make
I
it
can
to
throw a
the
ball
plays? No doubt about it. But you know
83
what?
miles an hour.
When he did those plays,
Doubt that too. You do not know how hard
Just
that
keep
is.
throwing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We
No,
got
that's
you.
actually true. I can throw a lacrosse ball 83 miles an hour.
I'll
That's
take it
not a
back to
baseball,
2
though.
years ago. I would.
It's very similar to a baseball. It's actually
I really
heavier.
would. I think he has a better
Yeah,
feel
but
of the game already.
you would
So
have
if you put them
to you would have
senior
to
senior
show me
next
that
to
you
each
could.
other,
Like,
I
no
think that
offense,
Cam Ward
it's
has a little bit
just
better feel, a little bit better
you
pocket
don't.
presence.
There
that
is some college guys
that
that
makes a
barely
little bit
throw
more sense to
81.
the NFL style of the game than the way that
That's because I can throw 83 once, and then I'm stuck to 60 because I almost blow my arm out. Because we just did that for fun because the coach's kid brought the radar. We were just throwing. I threw 83 once, and then my next pitch, which I thought I threw harder, was only 64.
Played better when he was on the field. His name was Cam Newton.
And then I had
what you're saying
65.
about Cam Ward going to all these other places. Yes, some of the players are more talented. Maybe he's the one helping everybody play better. And he rises the
Are they
level
going
of
to
everybody
announce this
around him,
Ravens
which
pick
I think is
anytime
feasible.
soon?
The thing that I love, and I also think this tracks with what you're saying, is Cam Ward's body language.
Why did? Oh, of course he tagged up, and oh my god.
Unwritten rules, one of the least talked about things.
That
really
was
in
the
all
fourth
sports.
error of the game in the third inning,
We can
guys.
especially for the quarterback position, because that was one knock I would have on Caleb Williams last year. The body
And
language
at
on the bench.
USC, it wasn't any different at USC, and I'll talk to Jalen
Yeah.
Milroe, who goes
Oh, my
over and
dinner's
gets in
home.
Ryan Williams' face when he throws
Loki
the
might end the
interception in
stream
Oklahoma
because
game.
I'm not really
You can
talking.
see him
We've been at
physically
pick
cussing
59
him out on the field.
for like the past
And
10
as a
minutes.
center, former center, the first thing I said to myself is, you can't do that on the field.
Yeah, one side.
1,000 people. That's
I know.
what you do. Cam Ward's sitting there pointing in the A gap multiple games, telling the defense
Why
when they're
am I
running the
throwing this
football.
one?
Right.
That's the confidence he had in his offensive line, in his backs, in Shannon Dawson, and everybody else. Cam Ward threw an
Alright.
interception like he said.
We've given up a run, so the complete game shutout's out of the picture. No, that's not where we want to throw. Actually, never mind. We had 2 outs. All right, that throws fine.
Critical, specifically at the quarterback position, and it's one of the things I absolutely love.
All right, here we
When he takes
are.
a big hit, he pops right back up. He's not sulking on the ground. He's not like an NBA guy that got fouled. It looks like he needs to go to the emergency room.
You want to talk about leadership? We've
Literally
got a
on the
leader,
easiest difficulty, and I'm way too late and way too early on every single pitch.
Coach, we are happy to have you on the show, man. How you doing? Coach,
There we go. That's good timing, but right to the shortstop and ground
Yes,
out.
sir. You've had a few guys selected here. Derek Harmon went 21 to Pittsburgh, Josh Connerly to Washington, and one of my favorites that you've coached over the last few years, Terrence Ferguson, went 46 to the Rams. What do you think of what your guys have been selected so far? Obviously, a very successful group.
And ground out to
What are your
first
takeaways
base.
from the draft so far?
Yeah, really excited.
A lot of ground outs. Welcome to the Angels.
Josh is a great
Oh, here we are. David Fletcher. Back to the top of the lineup. Can he hit a homer? Oh, fly out to the right field. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this guy. Chat, I'm turning off the stream here, and I'm going to eat dinner because I'm fat. See you next hour.